Hello fellow coffee botherers, in this video we're going to be talking about the Barista Guidance on the Sage or Breville Barista Touch Impress. In the last video in this series I talked about the Impress puck system, click here for that, and I explained how that combined with the Barista Guidance and the milk or milkwa system is what makes this machine the most interesting coffee machine for non-home baristas, meaning the majority of people who want to drink mega coffee but want the machine to do most of the work. I'll be putting the milk or milkwa system through its paces in the next video and trying to find out just how good a job it does, so subscribe and allow notifications to see that when it's live. But in this video I wanted to focus on the Barista Guidance. This guidance on the Touch Impress begins as soon as you unbox it and turn it on. Literally as soon as it has power it starts guiding you. It guides you on getting the machine set up, priming it, adding the beans, and then takes you into a follow along tutorial to get you started making your first coffee. This tutorial can be found at any time from the settings menu and it's really good. It instructs the user to preheat their cup, it asks what beans you're using, and it guides you to use the dual-walled pressurised baskets if you're using older supermarket beans and the standard traditional baskets if you're using freshly roasted beans. Like maybe my coffee from seaworks.co.uk, which is roasted daily. Use a discount code YT25 for 25% off your first order, by the way. Sales pitch over. It instructs you on where to start out with the grind size 15, which I've found is a decent starting point, or grind size 20 if you're using supermarket coffee and the dual wall baskets. It will then guide you through making your first drink, whichever you select from start to finish, similar to the usual on-screen guidance it'll give you when you're using it on a daily basis, but a bit more in depth. So this is brilliant when it comes to using the machine for the first time. Let's quickly show you what the tutorial looks like with some nice chilled lo-fi beats music in the background. So in terms of setup and first use, that's really quite something. Now let's have a look at how the guidance works after the initial setup, just making your daily coffees. Starting out with espresso, and I'll crack open a new bag of beans so I'm not dialed in. I'll set it to the recommended starting point for the standard baskets at 15. And let's say I'm making an espresso, so I'll select espresso from the screen, and then the only thing I'll do differently because I've changed the beans is I'll press and hold the grind icon. Let the grinder run for about 4 or 5 seconds, empty the portafilter, and then start. This is purging, and the machine will prompt you to purge when you've made a big grind adjustment, but I'd also purge when changing beans, just so all the coffee in the basket is the same, and you're not using a couple of grams of the old coffee that was retained. This is called grind retention. You don't really need to worry about it, but for the best results, I'd purge when the machine instructs you to when you make a bigger grind adjustment, and I'd also purge a few grams when you come to use a machine each morning, so you're not using some stale grounds. But it's only a couple of grams, so it's not a big deal. This retention I'm talking about isn't just a thing with Sage machines. All coffee machines with grinders will have some retention. So the fact that the Barista Touch Impress is the only machine I'm aware of that gives the option to do something about this is just one of the many impressive things about this machine. To purge any coffee through a super automatic or bean to cup coffee machine, you'd have to make a coffee, or at least go through the motions of making a coffee and then cancel it so it just dumps the coffee internally. Let's see how long it takes for the machine to guide us on getting the dose and the grind size sorted. Okay, so we're dosed and the grind size is sorted. The Barista Touch has guided us to dialing in with this bean. We now have a really nicely extracted shot of espresso to use as a base for all of the drinks on the menu. To include the full footage with all the drinks would have made this video a similar runtime to the latest Indiana Jones movie, but make sure you're subscribed and allow notifications to see the video of me making all the drinks uncut. As a teaser, we'll quickly show the end result of each drink. So as you can see, the on-screen guidance on this machine is next level, and in combination with the Puck Impress system that they really should have called the Pucking Impressive system, I'd expect anyone regardless of experience to be able to unbox this machine and be making among the best coffees they've ever tasted with it within a very small amount of time. So just to recap what this Barista Guidance does, it guides you through setting it up as soon as you turn it on, including priming. It takes you through using it for the first time, and then it allows you to go back into that same tutorial at any time. It guides you to achieving the right grind size. It prompts you to purge a few grams of coffee through the grinder when you've made bigger grind adjustments, and it guides you through every step of making each drink. I'll be talking more about the milk system in the next video in this series, but when it comes to milkies, it lets you queue up the espresso to pull after the milk is steamed, or vice versa, whatever you prefer. The same with Americano or long black. I'll continue to put the machine through its paces, and we'll be doing lots of other videos, so make sure you subscribe and allow notifications to see them when they're done. And let me know in the comments or in the community thread if you have any questions that I've not answered so far. Sloths can hold the breath for longer than dolphins, which has nothing to do with clicking the like button, but click the like button if you've never seen a sloth swimming or a dolphin climbing a tree. Thank you very much for watching, and if you love coffee and enjoyed this video, we've got tons of content about how to make better coffee at home to take you from beginner to home barista. We've got reviews and how-tos on the most popular machines. If you like the sound of that, click on my face to subscribe. Tatty Bye!